Hey, you're here. Okay, I'm glad you're here because there's something really frustrating to me lately. I know a lot of people new on Twitter and then they want to grow, they want to have a bigger presence, and they start looking around for advices and they think, there's only one strategy that they should do, and then they stick with it for a long time and then somehow it doesn't work out. In my belief, you should have strategy at different stage of your Twitter presence. So today we're going to talk about this. I have actually 6 tips for you so that we are comparing when you're starting out and when you have more followers, what you should be doing. So let's start with tip number 1. Okay, when you're first starting out, nobody knows you, you have a pretty low follower count, you should use more I language. Because a lot of people will think, oh, Kavan, I'm being selfish if I keep talking about myself. Trust me, that's not the case, because when you use the I language, you're telling your stories. You're using your stories to communicate with people, as opposed to when you're using the you language, you're telling people what to do. Like, you should do that so that you can get there. But when you have more followers, which means your perceived credibility goes up, you can start using more the you language, because now this type of tweets has a pretty good value because people like to reshare it. So you get more exposure. But you can do it because your perceived credibility goes up and people already know you for some time, so they have trust in you. So you can start doing that more. Tip number 2. When you're starting out, you should really pick a niche so that you share so much value that you're telling people the same thing in 100 different angles, because the chance of motivating someone to make that change is higher. But when you have more followers, you can actually start sharing more personal life, personal stories. In the beginning, people actually don't care about this because they don't know you. But now it's not the beginning. Now people have trust in you. They think you're the go-to person for a certain topic, and they actually want to know the person sitting behind that computer. Do you have pets? Do you have kids? Do you like to go out? Do you like running? They want to know that. So now you can share more. Okay, tip number 3. When you're starting out, you only really have 3 seconds to tell people who you are before they move on to the next thing. Because, when they look at your profile, they know it's a new account. So you have to be extra specific and you leave no room for guessing. Like in 3 seconds, they should know what they can get from you. But when you're bigger, when you have more followers and trust and credibility, you can actually have more room in your bio to tell people about your products and offers, because your perceived credibility is higher. So people will have actually 27 more seconds to check you out, and they would click around and see what you actually do. So it's okay to, leave a bit of that content in the website. So when people check out, they will find out about you. Tip number 4. When you are starting out, you should really be tweeting only 10% of the time. If you look at my statistics, right, 90% of my tweets are actually replies, because I engage with people in their tweets. I make friends, I joke around, I talk to my buddies. That's the way to go, because when you're starting out, you should really be going to where the conversations are. But later on, when you have more followers, this is a bit harder to do. Then when you post, usually more people would come in to engage with you. Then you can switch your strategy a little bit by focusing a lot on the people who actually respect you and reply to your tweets. Because the chances are, if you look at Twitter, a lot of people post and people reply and they don't care about them at all. You don't want to be that kind of people, because each reply is a connection. So you can focus on this before you can go out. Number 5, in the beginning, you don't have a circle, you don't have an audience. So who do you focus on? My advice is you should pick 30 people that are in related circle, in your niche, in your target audience, and you spend so much time with these 30 people. When they tweet, you reply. When they do something, you support. You guys should be the best buddy on the internet. But then when you're bigger, you have a lot of buddies in many different circles, so it's really hard to keep up. Then you should change your strategy to be, evolving yourself, moving the needle a little bit by expanding your circle with one new group each quarter. Because it's very important to bring in new blood, new friends, so that you're constantly moving forward. Number 6, the last tip today, is that when you're starting out, when you're the small potato, people love to help you. All you need to do is ask a question, ask for help, publicly, privately, people want to go in and help you out. But when you're a little bigger, people feel a little bit like they don't need to help you out because, well, you already have 5,000 followers, right? So at that point, you need to change your strategy by using social capital. Like, it will be really weird if you just ask people to help you, but what you can do is help people first so that they're more likely to return you a favor because it's a mutual friendship, right? So that's how you do it. So I hope you like these 6 tips, and I hope that no matter what stage you are on, you're thinking about the right strategy to grow your online and Twitter presence. All right, if you like this kind of video, give me a subscribe down below, give me a shout out on Twitter, say hi to me on Twitter, and I'll see you around. Bye-bye.